Yes! Yes! Oh my god! What? Where's my... Did I get the trophy? Yes! Yes! Oh, yes! Yes! No more jump rope! My hands are shaking. Oh my god, I was like... Finals. NBA Finals level locked in, dude. I was so locked in. I kept... So what I did was, like, I did 5 or 6 jumps with my eyes open, and then I closed my eyes and I reset my rhythm. I just kept doing that over and over. I'd be like, you know, jump, 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 and then I'd close my eyes and I'd hear the jump and I would like reset my rhythm. And then I'd go again, jump, 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 and then close my eyes. I didn't want to close my eyes the whole time. So I kept going back and forth and it kept resetting my rhythm so I never got too fast or too slow. Oh my god, dude. Dude, I was so... Oh my heart was pumping so hard because I was like, oh, I'm so gonna fail at 950. Like, I am so gonna fail at 950 because I'm too nervous. But I somehow calmed down. I was gonna not look at the number the whole time, and then I couldn't help myself. And I looked at 700, and then I looked at 900, and then I stopped looking. Because I was too nervous. So I was like, I'm not looking anymore. Yeah, what happened to my timer? I don't know what the time, like, screwed up. Who cares? This is like... I mean, I thought I'd be practicing for, like, at least 10 hours before I started getting, like, real runs. Now, it won't be 9, it'll be 10. It's 7 o'clock now. 3 more hours, it'll be 10 o'clock by the time we do this. I didn't update the... Now that we have the... How are we that far off? How are we 2,000 kills off? What? I told you our math sucked.
Oh my dice!
Oh, we got it right at the finale of the cool Sonic song too. Let's go. Dude, I don't know. I don't know. I don't care. It's time to go kill the big gobstopper in the sky. Nice timing on that. Time to go kill that big gobstopper in the sky.
Awesome! We're gonna fail!
Who got the kill? On my brain cells? Final Fantasy IX got the kill. Alright. There's my friggin' chocobo, dude. Never been so happy to see a trophy pop in all my life. What was our final game time? 44 hours. And we started this at what? Like 20 hours-ish? Should I continue to try to do this on ×3? I think it's fun to try to do on ×3, but like... It's kind of dumb. There's nothing I can do, like the things I'm dying to aren't anything I can change. I'm curious to see what Dragon's Crest does. What's that? Nice. Okay. Being nice. This is good. Very nice. Now we hit the one person that can hit by the... Or wait, I guess that was regular death, so... Sure. Actually, sure. Oh my god, we did it. We did it. We're heroes of Gaia. We even did Ozma on ×3 for the swag. I actually can't believe it. I cannot believe it. We have done it. The worst Final Fantasy trophy. We got it. Of all of Final Fantasy Trophy Quest, we did the worst one first. We did. It's all downhill from here.
Pretty good.
As in easier from here.
I know. Thank you.
Or at least more entertaining from here. More fun. Because this is by far the worst. Well, let's head over to that trophy quest. Here's our Final Fantasy trophy quest. We can plop a big ol' check mark next to Final Fantasy IX. We are done with Final Fantasy IX. Now let's move over to regular trophy quest. All right. Here we go. Final Fantasy IX. This was donated by Brosama a long time ago. But of course, we also wanted to do it for... Where's my... Oh, there it is. We obviously wanted to do this for Final Fantasy Trophy Quest as well. And we decided to do this one first because it's by far the worst. Get it out of the way now. And it was on trophy list already, or trophy quest already, so might as well. So here's the thing. We could talk all day about why this is the worst trophy ever, but long story short, basically they took every problematic, frustrating, stupid trophy you could possibly imagine from any game you've ever played and put them all into one trophy list. And they also took pretty much everything that you could possibly do in Final Fantasy IX and cranked it up to like the ultimate level they possibly could. I don't know what was going on at Square Enix headquarters when they decided to come up with this trophy list. It's nothing like the other trophy lists of the other Final Fantasy games. A lot of those trophy lists tend to be pretty default and simple and easy. They usually like take stuff, even things that the game expects you to do for certain rewards, they'll dial it back if they feel like it's too much. For some reason, Final Fantasy IX, you know, they just went insano mode. And this port of the game was made not like at a random time. Like this was around the same time Final Fantasy VIII and Final Fantasy VII got their PlayStation ports. I don't know, man, but they just completely lost their mind. Thank you, Delta. Let's just take a very quick gander at why this is by far the worst Final Fantasy trophy list ever. Let's start with Bloodlust, which is just an absolutely insane trophy I've talked about many times, where there's one trophy in a trophy list that ruins the rest of the list, and usually it's some stupid bronze trophy that they just accidentally screwed up. That's this trophy. it takes, minus like the skill gap, like depending on your skill level, this platinum should only take around 20-ish hours to get. But because of this one trophy, it takes an additional 25 hours just running around in circles fighting stuff. You get nothing in the game for this. There's no benefit to doing this because the best way to do this is to fight some of the earlier enemies. So you don't get like, it doesn't help you get to level 99 or like get a lot of money or like you've already done everything else. There's no reason to fight this many enemies for any reason other than just to get this trophy. So it is just a complete waste of time for a bronze trophy. One of the worst trophies I've ever seen. Final Fantasy VIII had a 1,000 enemy trophy that was already incredibly annoying, and this is that times 10 in a slower game. I don't know. This is just it's up there. Top 5 worst trophies I've ever received in any video game ever. It is that mind-numbingly dumb, boring, stupid, has no right to be here, has no reason to be here, doesn't make the game any more fun, doesn't make anything more fun. Just, it's so out of the blue, like, takes so much more time to get this than everything else. It's just the worst. But then, you know, it's normally you would say, oh, the rest of the list is fine, but it's just this one trophy that ruins it. But the rest of the list is also awful. There are a ton of missable trophies that you need to make sure you're following a guide or else you're going to miss. One of the biggest ones is this Stiltskin one. Probably the biggest one is I think it's near the bottom. It's this one, Movie Critic. View every active time event. So you have to watch every single ATE that comes up, and some of them are complete nonsense to unlock. And they're all extremely missable. So you just have to follow a guide the entire game to make sure you don't miss a single one. And even following a guide, it can be really frustrating. I know several people that said they got all the way through and missed one and had to do it all again. Obtain 4 moonstones, very missable. The treasure hunter, rank S treasure hunter, is very missable. Just a ton of things that you need to make sure you're doing throughout your playthrough, or else you're going to have to play through the entire game again. And this is not a short game. It is a RPG. It's, you know, even if you're playing it ×4, it takes a couple hours to get through. Then you have, like, just an insane amount of completionist stuff. You have to do all the Chocobo stuff, even the beach side quest afterwards. We have to visit every beach. Get every single treasure on the world map. I mean, just anything that exists, you have to do it. We were talking earlier, I think the only thing I can think of that this trophy list doesn't force you to do is get every single Tetramaster card, but it does make you play 100 separate different NPCs in Tetramaster, so you do need to play a ton of cards. You just don't have to get every single card. Then, of course, there is the Excalibur 2 trophy, which a lot of people will say is one of the hardest, you know, most difficult gaming achievements to get the Excalibur 2. In order to get the Excalibur 2, you have to beat the entire game in under 12 hours. Fortunately, on this port, it's actually extremely easy to do. I was able to get all the way to the Excalibur 2 in under 4 hours, using the ×3, using the cheats, skipping cutscenes, understanding the route already because I did Excalibur 2 on the original PS1 before doing this. So it's much easier than it sounds. This is actually one of the easier trophies on the list to get Excalibur 2. In fact, we actually did a playthrough. We got every collectible trophy. We did all the ATEs. We did the 100 Tetramaster fights. We did all the missable, like, collectibles, and I still got the Excalibur 2 on that run with like 10 minutes to spare. So this trophy is not as hard as it sounds, but it's still something that you have to learn how to do. And probably, you know, unless you're a Final Fantasy IX expert, you need to do a whole playthrough just for this. What else? Most of the stuff is just collectible stuff, but it's all like different collectible stuff, like doing the gems for the bird lady, doing the Medane's ring is a 2-hour press X on a wall until you get it trophy. Obtaining level 99 if you don't do it by fighting 10,000 enemies, you have to go fight dragons, but you're probably going to get it fighting 10,000 enemies. And then there's a couple, just like even on top of all that, then you have the skill check trophies. You have Track Star, which just forces you to be good at mashing. I had literally zero problem with this one. I didn't lose a single race, but I've heard a lot of people do have a lot of issues with it. But I didn't lose a single race. The one that I did struggle on a lot was the stupid, this one, the Nero Brothers shuffle game. That was awful. That's another just either skill check or smash your face into it until you finally get it. And then, of course, the big one, the jump rope trophy, which the percentage on this is 1.9% because a lot of people cheat it. A lot of people use a macro. I was against using a macro. I think that using guides is a very big part of doing trophy questing. I think, using like outside resources like timers and guides or like whatever you need to use to get a trophy, I think is fair. But I think having a macro press buttons for you is a step too far. Like that's actually cheating the trophy. Many of the people that I talk to that use the macro to get this trophy admit that they do think it's cheating, but it's just something that they couldn't physically do, so they chose to do the macro. I, however, decided that I can physically do the jump rope. I have no excuse, no physical excuse to say that I can't do it. And to me, having a macro press buttons is cheating. So I decided to do this legit. It took me only about 8 hours of practicing to finally get it. I thought it was going to take like 10 plus hours of practicing before I even could like understand how to do it, and then it would take me like a couple more hours of attempts. But fortunately, I was actually able to get it in about 8 hours, and I think it was the fourth time I got past jump 300, I got it. And the first time I got past jump 500, I got it. So I was very fortunate that I just clutched it out on one of the first runs that I got really deep into the jumps. But this, it can't be stressed enough how much of a nightmare this trophy is. Some people just physically can't do it. Other people like just give up because it's so difficult to get started. The hardest thing about it is the transitions between the different speeds, but once you get up to 300, it's just the same all the way through. But 200 to 300 is a nightmare. The double Dutch is just an absolute nightmare. It's so awful. It's so hard to learn. It's so hard to learn the transitions between regular to double Dutch and then back to regular. That is the hardest part. If you can do that, you can get 1,000 jumps. My strategy after getting through double Dutch was to actually jump with my eyes open for a couple seconds and then close my eyes and reset my rhythm, and then open my eyes and do that over and over again. That's what worked for me. But you just have to grind it out. You just have to grind out the transitions between the speeds until you can get it down every time. So it is a lot of work that you have to put in to something that is so incredibly boring and gives you no actual reward in game. It is just pressing X and you get nothing other than just a thing saying you did it. So you have to be willing to put in the effort into something that does not give you much back, which most people just aren't going to want to do. So I don't blame anyone for cheating this trophy and using a macro. I, however, like I said, because I trophy quest, I feel like I want all my trophies to be legit. So if I couldn't do it, then I would just leave it off my trophy list. So I said I'm doing it legit or I'm not doing it at all. And I invested the time and I was able to get it, but it was awful. Having said all of that, I think that not just because of the skill check trophies, but because there's such a wide range of super grind trophies, missable trophies, trophies that you absolutely need a guide for, trophies that you need to have a deep understanding of the game to get, and then just straight skill check trophies, whether that be, skill at the game like Ozma, skill at stupid mini games like the match thing, or skill at pressing the X button 1,000 times on a rhythm, which is also like a physical skill check. This trophy list truly has it all. Truly, I've never seen a trophy list with such a wide range of challenges that are all like pushed to the ultimate degree of challenge that they can possibly push it to. So I'm gonna do something crazy. I'm gonna do something I've never done before, but for the first time ever, I'm giving a game an 11. This is the new king of difficult platinum trophies. I understand that there are trophies that are worse. Super Meat Boy, Crypt of the Necrodancer, like those are harder trophies. But for our list and the trophies we have, this is the king. It takes it to a whole new level. The amount of different things you need to be a master at. So for now, it's an 11. Maybe someday if I get the Necrodancer plat, maybe someday if I get the Super Meat Boy plat, I'll give those an 11 and knock this one back down to 10. But for right now, I can't give it a 10. After going through what we went through, it's an 11, man. It's the worst. And it's not even like just skill either. It's like the grind and the frustration and the boringness of doing the 10,000 kills and like everything. It's, oh my god, it's just truly the worst. So having said that, what do we give fun? Dude, there are good trophies here. There are good trophies. Like Excalibur 2 is a great trophy, and you can even do it like the quote-unquote legit way, and like pretend that you're playing the PS1 version and not use the ×3 cheat. Or you can do the ×3 cheat and like fly through it and get it easier. So like there are good trophies here, but they are completely ruined by having to do 1,000 jump ropes for no reward other than just an item saying you did it, 10,000 kills, which has 0 reward at all other than the trophy, and a bunch of missable crap that you legitimately need a guide like the ATEs. So I cannot give this anything better than a 0. Like it's literally a 0. Like I had 0 fun doing any of the fun trophies because I knew the jump rope was looming over my head the entire time. Like my entire Excalibur 2 playthrough, I'm thinking like, is this even worth doing because I have to do the jump rope? And if I can't do the jump rope, then everything I'm doing right now is meaningless. I could only imagine someone that doesn't get the jump rope trophy right away and is sitting there grinding out the 10,000 kills thinking to themselves, what if I can't end up doing the jump ropes? What if I spend 25 hours getting 10,000 kills just to eventually give up the jump rope trophy? Which is why I'm so blessed that I was able to do the jump rope trophy before starting the 10K grind, because I would have been miserable doing the 10K grind thinking to myself, like, what if I give up on the I just decide the jump rope thing I can't do, and I'm wasting all this time. So screw it. It's a 0. I hate it. It's worst trophy list I've ever done. Fortunately, it didn't glitch, so we got that going for us at least. And what was our final time? Game time was like 44 hours, but that was only the collectibles playthrough. We're gonna close the game so we can see a more accurate 54 hours, I think that says. That sounds pretty accurate. So I'll say 54 hours. And that's it. That was the Final Fantasy IX Platinum Trophy. Truly an absolutely abysmal trophy list that does not in any way improve the experience of playing Final Fantasy IX. Play Final Fantasy... Also, I forgot to mention this as well. This port sucks. The input lag is terrible. The UI looks like a crappy mobile game. It is an awful, awful port of Final Fantasy IX, and it forces you to do everything the game has to offer. Excalibur 2, jump rope, 10,000 kills, all in this terrible version of the game. So, like, it nearly ruins Final Fantasy IX for you. For me, the point of trophy lists is to enhance a game, right? So you have your regular game, and then you're like, you know what? I really like this game. I want to get more out of it. Let's go for the trophies. So usually that's kind of where I kind of rate trophy lists. It's like, oh, does it improve the experience of the game? Can I play the game and then get the trophies and get more out of my game? This game is the opposite. This game makes you hate Final Fantasy IX by the time you're done with the trophy quest. It is like, if you want to play Final Fantasy IX, just play the original game, and then if you're looking for an extra challenge, do the Excalibur 2 run. Don't touch this port. Don't touch this port. Don't go for the trophies. It's a waste of your time. So I think it deserves its 0 score. In any case, that is the Final Fantasy IX Platinum. It is our first platinum, official platinum of Final Fantasy Trophy Quest. We currently have 13 platinums. Is that 13? Yeah, we have 13 of the 32 Final Fantasy Platinums. We got 12 before we started Trophy Quest. So this is our first trophy on our quest to get every single Final Fantasy trophy. And it is also our 171st overall Platinum trophy. Next is going to be Final Fantasy XII Zodiac Age. On both the Trophy Quest and the Final Fantasy Trophy Quest, we're going to be doing Final Fantasy XII next. So that's exciting. Thank God this trophy is done and out of the way, and the rest of Final Fantasy Trophy Quest is going to feel like a walk in the park in comparison.